Hey everyone, it's Char from Char's Fascination, back with another Cooking with Char. What are we cooking today? Well, I'm going to make one of my usual sauces, but I am going to be putting the garlic aioli in there. Love this stuff. With the Arby sauce. Yes, I am making a sauce. And the Doritos Cool Ranch jalapeno dip. I don't want to use this as a dip. I want to use it to cook with. And of course the Stubbs liquid smoke, because you're cooking a stubby without it. And of course the Star balsamic vinegar. Brew you up some good food with that. And so we're going to come right over here. Okay, so the first thing I want to do before I actually open up the chops with my food grade gloves, because you got to have those. And I did forget to mention the 7 Farms vegetable broth that I use. I do use this. I love it. And what I want you to do, take some liquid smoke at the bottom. Don't worry about that because I happen to have another bottle. Yes, because that's what we love to do in this house, is always be prepared to have more. Sometimes more is just better. So then we're going to go with the balsamic, 2 and 3. That's what I do. Mix that around in your pan like that. Now the reason that I do that is because that just coats the bottom. And then you take your garlic aioli. Don't need a whole lot of it. Then I want you to take your Arby sauce. And you're like, wait, where's the broth come in? Oh no, that'll come in a few, but it will. And then put that. Now the broth will actually come in when I put the meat in here and get ready to put it in the air fryer. If you haven't checked out Deco's Chef, I'm going to recommend that you absolutely do. I found it on Amazon. Now they are actually on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm not sure if they have a YouTube, but it doesn't hurt to check out. Now I'm just going to take a paper towel and set that spoon aside. That way I can use it at the top. Now we just take our food grade glove, put those on, because, yeah, put those on. It helps that way you're not transferring any meat bacteria onto your skin. A lot of people say wash it. You can wash it if you want. I believe they wash meat before they put it in packages. But I know a lot of you have just seen me go ahead and not wash it. I put it in its natural state in here. So it's just like, just put it in there in its natural state. And you know why I do that? Because heat kills bacteria. Absolutely it does. So that way. And then we just turn this one this way. And that's how that's done. Now we can just take these off and set this over here. That's why I leave like a little bit of that plastic on there. And then when we come over here, I'm going to pause this for a minute because I got to open this one up. This bottle of Stubbs needs to be open. Sorry for the lighting in here today. It's gloomy outside. Okay, and then after I mentioned that it's gloomy outside, it just got a little brighter in here. Go figure. Now, put a little liquid smoke. Ooh, that's dripping down the bottle. Don't want that. Gotta save as much product as we can anymore, because I don't even have to say it. So, then we can just put the horsey sauce on there. I know I'm doing this a little backwards. I know I am. But this is indeed going to mix. And wipe that clean. Now remember, we only used the spoon on the bottom. It did not touch any meat until now. Got to remember that. It did not touch the meat until now, but we did wipe it clean. Because we do not want to cross flavors in there. We want to keep it as an amazing flavor. I mean, you see that? That's going to be amazing all by itself. Let's not forget the balsamic. Now, the reason I'm going to put the balsamic on the top like that is because we want to have that just straight up in here to the meat. Don't ask me what that was in the background, because there's been a lot of weird going on in the house today. While I was filming another video, something tried to open my bedroom door, and there was a noise, which any other noise could be subjected to bad things for my channel, like a strike, and we don't want that. Okay, splash a little broth in there, and we're going to cover this. Speaking of covering things, make sure you cover things before you do other things. So, take your sheet of foil. We had to go with the cheaper stuff. I'll tell you what, I don't care. Foil at this point was what, like $1.75? Something like that. For 25 yards, or feet, I'm sorry, 25 square feet in each pan. Now, I'm going to bring you over here. Does it? Okay, now that we're at this angle, and it's not heavy, so I can just slide that in there. Turn it on. Close the door, of course, because you know that helps. So, we can leave it on this setting if you want to know, and that's for 8 minutes, but I actually prefer to bake these, and the only thing we're gonna change is the heat setting on my favorite heat setting of 400. Hit start, and there we go. We'll be back because I have other things to cook with this. Okay, well now I'm getting ready to take the meat out. Ooh, that smells fabulous. Doesn't that smell fabulous, Rob?
Yes.
No, Rob's always the taste tester. He has a job. It's called tasting the good stuff. So, remember to avoid steam facial. Open this up very carefully. Ooh, not to burn your hand. So, let me show you these. They are indeed done. So I'm going to take these out, put them on a paper plate, and we're going to start the mashed potato process. I left this out, that, brought out the mashed potatoes, and cut some Tillamook white cheddar. You know what? Cut it up like that. Make this block, even though it's a small block, you should make that go further. And also the veggie we're going to have, bird's eye broccoli cuts, always good. So anyway, let me get that done. Okay, so now what we're actually going to do with this. Now I would sometimes use butter with this, but I've been cutting back on butter usage and use of a lot of other stuff. So, like, we all try to eat healthy as good as possible, especially in this day and age. I don't even have to say it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I am going to go ahead and pour some more of that broth in there. That way it's not all, dry. Fine, have it dry as you're mixing it, but that's all fine and everything. I think Rob is looking forward to a good taste of this stuff. Your knife, put a little bit of that in there. This is our flavors. I know there's flavor off the meat, but why the hell not anymore, you know? Find your stuff on sale that's good. Shake down the aioli. Really don't need much of that. And we'll mix this. Now, as you've noticed, it's already gotten thick. That's why we have kept the broth stock out. But I told, why don't you just add milk? Because milk's expensive, and around here, nobody can actually afford it. It's almost $6 a gallon, depending on where you buy it from. Other places, it's almost $5 a gallon, or is $5 a gallon. And we all know what I'm talking about. And nobody right now in this township has money to be paying like that. So anyway, the purpose of that broth stock is not just a flavor, but it's vegetable broth stock. So what you're actually doing is you're adding in more nutrients into your food by using that. We can try to get this as smooth as possible. Maybe add a little more broth stock. Now you might be like, wow, you sure are using a lot of that. Broth stock in these containers can make up to 3 to 4 meals, depending on how much you use of it. So we're just gonna spread that around in there. Pop that in the oven. You know what? This thing is an oven to me anymore. So slide that in. Slide that back in there. It actually cools off rather quick. And then we just want to come back over here. Switch it back on. We could leave it on that fry setting, which is perfectly fine. I have done that before. But I love to actually leave it on the pizza setting. And that whole 7 minutes. And we'll be back at the table when I see you. So anyway, now that we're at the table with this lovely feast, the Tillamook cheese is melted in here in the potatoes. Seems to be teenager approved over there. That's good. That's just enough flavor. That's why I use one pan, you know. Easy cleanup if you don't feel like doing dishes. That's your easy cleanup. Especially if you have any kind of disabilities that keeps you from being able to stand and do dishes or stand and load the dishwasher, or it's just too hard on your body. You won't have to worry about it. So far, I can say this is seriously approved by 3 of us. One of me and taste tester Rob. Sometimes silence is golden when you're eating, because if people are quiet while they're eating and they have a smile on their face, your cooking just made them happy. But anyway, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. I'm gonna eat the rest of this. I didn't even take a bite of my pork chop. I'm gonna put my fork down. That is freaking good. Rob won't do that, but I will. I'm gonna finish this and I'll see you in the next one. So the video after this is a knitting video. See you later.